What's up, everybody? It is your guy Z Fly. That's right, I am here, and it's time to get a reality TV with the T and the Z. You are tuned into the Fly World. Hold on, here we go. Bam, Fly World Media Network. And yeah, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. 6 o'clock, and we're about to tell you all about what's been happening with these shows that we review this past week. You know what I'm saying? That good old Temptation Island and of course the good old Real Housewives of Atlanta. But before we get into all that, I'm going to go ahead and introduce the host with the most, Mr. Troy Weeks. He'll be on very very soon, so y'all see what I'm saying. Just keep it locked. But I want to go ahead and get the what I'm saying, the work out of the way. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hold on, the work out of the way. So let me just go ahead and get that out of the way. Everybody, so basically, definitely be sure to follow us. Cause listen, you know what I'm saying. Listen, I'm going to let you know that right off top. Follow your boy. Okay, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Okay, / that good old Real Hot Fresh. Now the only one that doesn't have a just good old Real Hot Fresh is that good old Twitter. Now Twitter, you at least gotta do Real Hot. What is it? Oh, what does it say? There you go. Real Hot Fresh FWM. That's it. Okay, Real Hot Fresh FWM, which is Fly. Oh, here we go. Bam, Fly World Media. You get it? Listen, there is a whole, what I'm saying, there's mathematics behind this process. Y'all just keep it with me. Also, channel down. Remember, if you are on the YouTube, if you're listening in on the YouTube, we thank you so much for joining in on the YouTube. But you gotta listen on YouTube. You gotta do some work. There you go. Go ahead on and subscribe. What I'm saying, get that good old like in, and you definitely gotta share this because we're definitely gonna be bringing it to you. So you know what I'm saying. Listen, you want your family, your friends, and your coworkers, even your pets. You know what I'm saying. Let the pets know too. Listen, y'all be surprised. Sometimes pets be listening to things as well. So yes, go ahead and definitely subscribe to us, and we like that good old stuff like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and introduce the good old co-host with the most, that Mr. Troy Weeks Music. Y'all know he's ready to shine. There you go.
Look at me.
Yeah.
I'm here, y'all. Excuse me. Put my phone do not
What's
disturb real
wrong, Mr.
fast so
Weeks?
nobody disturb us. I'm really good. I'm really good. I'm super awesome. I'm super excited to be here. I'm gonna put on do not disturb so don't disturb the peace because we got some tea on today. Okay. Y'all better be ready for it. I'm gonna be dishing all that I need to dish. Excuse me, for Walters Atlanta. And of course C5 is gonna join in. And then I'm gonna flip the script to Zeke, and he's gonna give all that he has to drip and tea on Temptation Island. So if you guys have been tuning in, baby, excuse me, I'm sorry. I went into a video shoot. And I told Zeke already knows this. Shout out to Dirty Hannah, one of my friends who's interviewed him on Verse TV. He is doing a video shoot here in Harlem and invited me to be a feature in his video shoot. So this was my outfit number one. I gotta go change after this and go right to video shoot again before Homo Talk Show tonight. So we here and we live. But yes, Real Housewives of Atlanta and Temptation Island, if y'all been paying attention, has been real serious. And it got real serious this episode on both shows, so I'm super excited for us to be here. We This is episode 12, I think, and so we've done this. I think 12 episodes about to be. So y'all, we out here all, we out here, okay? Z Fly, we out here. So but reality TV with TNZ. Are we ready to get to it, Z Fly?
Yes, we are definitely ready to get into. Okay, so we are definitely ready to. So everybody, now before we do, just want to let y'all know. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we got some things going on with Forever Live Young Entertainment. So you know what I'm saying? Listen, if you all love what you have been seeing throughout the years with Forever Live Young Entertainment, where with the reality TV with TNZ, to keep it a real hot and fresh show, hot in the mix, anywhere, wherever wherever you fit in, you know what I'm saying, with the brand, we thank you. But guess what? Let everybody know that we are actually seeking a public relations coordinator. Now listen,
Yes, please help
yes,
us out. This is the team.
that's right. That's right. Now listen, we are now listen, not just anyone. We are searching a professional public relations coordinator. Okay. So basically, you know what I'm saying, let me go ahead and let you know what you gotta have, you know what I'm saying, in order to go ahead and shoot your shot for this position. So let me tell you everybody, so let me get it up, let you know what you gotta have. All right, cool. So basically, real quick, you know what I'm saying? Some of the responsibilities. Now, listen, we definitely need open availability. Okay. Also, too, just to let you know that you know what I'm saying, the public relations coordinator. We're looking for someone because see, we're going to be having a fundraiser at close to the end of the year, and it's going to be raising awareness on gynecologic cancer. So we want someone to, kind of help put this fundraiser together because we do a lot of great things. So, if you or someone who could definitely, fill this spot, then let's talk about it. Okay, so so listen now. Also, definitely someone once again with open availability, someone who can create and develop strategies. Someone who is willing and ready to study the brand's objectives, professional policies and needs, and also someone who is writing press releases and other media communications, as well as planning or directing the development of programs. That's some of the things that we are looking for in this position. Now here's some of the requirements. Okay, some of the requirements are, so we do ask for at least 3 years in PR, journalism, marketing, or related fields. So you don't have to actually be in PR, but at least related fields. At least 3 years. This is a serious fundraiser that we're planning, so we do need a serious person in this position. Also, the ability to think both creatively and strategically, and also on your own. Okay, someone who is deadline oriented, inquisitive with great follow up and reporting skills, and also someone who responds and well under. Someone who responds well under pressure with strict time limits. So those are some of the things that we're looking for. But if you think, but if you or someone who you think would be good, definitely go ahead and right there the email, have them send their cover letter and their resume to f.l.y.entertainment number 12 at gmail.com. Okay, once again, the email is right there, f.l.y.entertainment, the number 12 at gmail.com. Yeah, and have them shoot their shot. Once again, this is a serious position. Right now, this is a part-time position, but it does have the potential to be full-time. And also, this is a paid position. Okay, so it's part-time.
Paid.
Yeah, paid. You gotta let the people know that. This is a paid position. So paid position is part-time. It has the potential to be full-time, so depending on how well, the person is. And yeah. So once again, I would definitely talk about that a little bit more. But here it is once again, in case you want to see it one more time. A public relations coordinator is what we're looking for. A professional public relations coordinator. And once again, we're looking for at least 3 years experience in PR, marketing, or related fields. And to get more information or to shoot your shot for interview, please go ahead and send a cover letter and your resume to the email address that is flashing across your screen. Okay, so that is that. Cool beans. And thank you, Mr. Aaron, for giving us the love, the
Everyone's
love, the
here.
love.
Awesome.
Okay. All right, everybody. So listen. With that being said, Mr. Troy Weeks, are you ready to go ahead and start us off with this week's of the Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Listen, grab your seatbelts, ladies and gents, because it's about to get what? Real. Okay? Let's get to it.
Real.
So we're back at it again for another week. And of course, where am I at over here? There we go. Another week, and of course, another episode of what? The Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 13, episode 17. Okay. So we start out, of course, back at Blaze, y'all. Of course, Marlo comes in the last episode saying hi, 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 being fake and phony as, the last episode and leave off with her and them having an argument a couple days before with Big Frida. So I thought it was big of Marlo to apologize again. She did apologize to everyone, but she wasn't there. So she said, hey, I want to apologize to you, Portia. But Portia just wasn't here for it. She was ready to eat, as of right now. She wasn't here for it. So that was that. But before we can get to dinner, we found out, of course, right, Marlo apologizes too little too late, little too late, too little too late. That's right. Second of all, on this, before we can get to dinner, we find, of course, Mark is here. Every time Mark is in town, sometimes it's always, 10 forward, soldier. But I just feel like at this point, she needs to put her big mama foot down and get some understanding. He is dragging her, and he's been dragging her for way too long. Talk to me, Z-Fly. Before we get to the dinner, all the way we back at Blaze. The ladies are there. Before we can get to dinner, we got to talk about Mark. Talk to me, Z-Fly.
Definitely. Yeah. So you know what? Let me see. What are my thoughts on this? Let me see. Let me get a little sip. You know what I'm saying? Because what's going on? I will say this though. I definitely agree with Portia because as we get into this review, I'll say more about my thoughts. But I'm kind of I'm like a little disappointed in Marlo. Now listen, if y'all been listening to these reviews, I always say Marlo is my girl. But then I'm looking at her like, what are you doing, Marlo? Like, come on now. So you know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, you listen, I definitely see why Portia would be ignoring her because Marlo, she actually did put herself in a position where, you know what I'm saying, she gonna be looking at kind of sideways. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if I was Portia, I would be like, okay, listen, we already had our talk. Why do you even bring it up? And then not only did you bring it up, you act a John Brown fool. That's right, a John Brown fool. Now listen, whenever you act a John Brown fool, you know you a fool. Okay? She had a John Brown fool in front of Big Frida because she will have vodka or tequila or something. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on with Marlo. I am a little disappointed in her behavior. But I'm even more disappointed in Kenya. You know what I'm saying? Just like you said, she's so happy that Mark is back. So I mean, I wouldn't be happy. I mean, my thing is he still treats you like nothing. You know what I'm saying? He treats you like space, like you're just nothing. So by him being there is really to me is nothing. You know what I'm saying? He has a whole child. Whenever you go to New York, you're staying in a hotel or wherever you're staying. I don't know. I just don't, Okay, I'm gonna let you continue, Troy, because the whole thing just sounds really fishy to me. It really does. Like I don't
Little,
get it.
little
Let's talk
fishy,
about
just
that
a little.
food.
Okay. And so then, as the show progresses, and then we back to the dinner, of course. Yes, please, seafood and steak and seafood, however you say it. That food, okay. Z-Fly, we got to go back there when we go there and get some of that food, okay?
We're
That food.
going. We are going. Listen. I don't like seafood or steak. I don't like neither one. But I'm
Give it
pretty
to
sure they
me.
got something. You know, listen. I'll eat something. I'll eat or drink something at least. I listen. I am so proud of Candy. It don't make any sense. It's like Candy is really like her and Tyler Perry. They are taking over Atlanta. They're taking over Atlanta.
Okay? Period. All right? And
Right.
so then, as the dinner progresses, we get to lipo or not to lipo. That is the question. Portia King and Shamina the Detective was on Marlo to the lies. I love it, Z5. Did you get lipo or not? There was on the Marlo about the lies of the lipo. Marlo clearly said that her nephews was jumping on her back, but they heard from sources otherwise, heard from the streets. You know, everything reality TV is heard from the streets. So, but I'm gonna be like Portia, and I'm gonna be blessed. Right? She's probably gonna be blessed and mind our own business and not be bothered by the foolishness. Okay, and of course, Marlo gets upset, and that's what she always does so greatly. She did the Marlo exit and exited her ass stage left. Okay, but before we end up this dinner, happy birthday, Mama Joyce. Happy birthday, Mama Joyce. Happy birthday to you, girl. But did y'all see her trying to blow her candle out with her mask on? It ain't gonna work.
Mm-mm.
Woo! Okay, so talk to me, Z Fly. We had the dinner. We done moved on. We done went through the lipo situation. When I said happy birthday, Mama Joyce, talk to me.
Exactly. So you know what I'm saying. So that's what. Now that's the other part that I was saying that I want to wait for is what I'm saying. Like Marlo, she just seemed really thirsty. So I was like, why is she? What I'm saying, worried about. What I'm saying, trying to get Portia's attention. Portia noticed that. What I'm saying, she's all about. She just want attention. And so I was like, what is wrong with Marlo? Like she said, what I'm saying, she's doing things, and then she's like, okay, yeah, Portia, you my girl. No, you're not. Because if you remember, then she was like, she's selling candy. Well, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I could be mean, and then what I'm saying, say what I really know about Bolo. What kind of wishy-washy friend is that? I'm like, I don't know what Marlo's doing, but
Throw it all
yeah,
away. They ain't no friend.
that is not a friend. I'm really disappointed in my girl Marlo. I'm like, come on, man. Like, I mean, did she just want camera time, or what I'm saying? Do she just want to just kind of start a mess this year, or what is really going on? Because I said, Marlo, you just don't love it too much. Um, Mama Joyce, listen, I'm always happy to see Mama Joyce. I am glad to see that. I am glad to see that. Mama Joyce. She kind of calmed down. I guess she's liking Tyler a little bit more and more and more. Now that him and Candy got this whole, got this
Y'all gonna make
restaurant.
more money. He not taking her money.
That part, okay. And then I guess she sees that, okay, they're making money together, they doing things. And yeah, and oh, okay, look at Aaron. Okay, yeah. Listen, you're right. Candy, she's definitely looking. She was looking like a snack. You know what I'm saying? On this episode, she looked kind of good.
Hello.
So
She always looks good. She always changes it up, different hair, different outfits. Definitely want to see what's going on in the dungeon. I would definitely be a part of it and take a look. Might not do no touching because I ain't trying to be involved in nobody's marriage, but I'll definitely take a look. Um, and then she had time on the phone last season. Somebody like, you know what you like it when you eat your booty from behind. You remember, you just put the business out there. So you probably doing some real nasty, freaky stuff. And then we, as the show progresses, Bravo shows little things here and there. So they show us talking to Kenya and her dynamic boobs and her soon to have heart surgery to get boobs. What? Trimmed down and up and perky. Okay, so we'll talk about that more as the episode progresses because she actually does have the surgery in this episode so fast. And then it shows the hills throwing away their lying scale. I don't know if the scale was lying or their minds was lying, but somebody was lying, and they threw the scale away because clearly the weight the scale said was not right in their minds, right? And of course, it goes to Drew and Ralph working out, but Drew working out with no socks on. He's so happy
right.
was stinking. Y'all ain't see him so happy he was stinking. But I gotta catch all the little shade. I like the little fingernails. If you got a fingernail missing, things like that, I'll be catching those little things. That's just me, little petty stuff. I like it. But anyway, and then the pot is boiling because the realty starts to come out. Prophet Lot pulled out of the baptism, got pulled out of the baptism pretty much. But the details as to why, Latoya, girl, what is you doing? You done shaked up the prophet, shacked up with the prophet, and now you're causing Sodom and Gomorrah.
Mm.
So they dum dum dum. Just if you watch the show, you see how things progressively come out. But this is what happened in this moment, so we're gonna be in there. The prophet look a little shaky, and Latoya look a little shaky too. Just saying, in this whole moment. So before I move on to the next highlight of the show, this is the beginning of that. Talk to me, Z Fly. This beginning moment of the prophet life story. Talk to me.
You know what? It's funny, Troy, because like whenever I first, like whenever Drew was first talking to Ralph about the prophet, I'll tell you, I was more lost than I don't know, like if I was in a an escape room or something. I was like, what are they talking about? But in the second part of the show that we'll get into later, I understood it. But yeah, so basically it is telling Miss Latoya she got a lot going on, but it's crazy because you know what I'm saying. Like the whole thing, the way that Drew makes it sound is like Latoya was trying to get herself together. You know what I'm saying? Because like she's drinking too much, she's probably partying too much, she's doing too much. And then also, isn't she still married? You know what I'm saying? She's separated from her husband. She's drinking like a sailor. She has a lot of problems. And you know what I'm saying? She's supposed to be going to church or whatever, and then like she meets this prophet and like all these shenanigans going on. So I was kind of confused, but then I got the gist of it, and I was like, whoa, that's how she's doing it. So and then come on now, listen, can we just go ahead and just talk about the prophet? The prophet. Listen,
Watch it
everybody
now.
everybody always trying to be a prophet these days. Talking about they listen. I'm not saying he's not, but why does this? But like, why do these prophets be so? Let me. I'm gonna shut up. Anyway, we'll talk about the
What you got in
prophet.
that cup? Because you about to start some fire. I'm moving along before we have to have a fight. And then we move right along to some positivity, which is the Black Pop-Up Shop. It's happening, y'all. We talked about it last episode, but it happened to this episode. Shout out to Cynthia for hosting. Shout out to Portia for being her co-host. I know Portia had her touched by Portia Sheets, so shout out to Portia with her own business and to her brand of things that she has. And so, yeah, shout out to that. But of course, the baby blessing and Latoya is back. And Drew went around telling every single girl in the crew about it, okay? And so then Candy comes up and she says Latoya after Latoya finally walks in. I heard you got a new boyfriend. Latoya says, so I have a 6 week program life coach, and now that's my boyfriend. Before we get to this, I just progressive sneak five. What do you think?
What I think is she's messy. Candy is messy. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, Candy she already knew what she was doing. She knew that that was not that girl boyfriend. The way that they was talking about it. But Candy got to get something started. But yes, with the pop up shop though, I mean I was like, listen, Troy, I was like, where? Listen, I was like, where do me and you be at? You know what I'm saying? They do all this stuff in Atlanta. Let me pop up to the shop. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I definitely need to be there. But yeah, but I, you know, I was happy to see, you know what I'm saying, the black pop up shops and everything like that. That was really great. But Toya, yeah, I think that her business is about to be on and popping for real. So yeah, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm still
Chips tea.
listening.
All right. Well, and then the lady slide on over to the Whaley Wine Shop, right? And there's two stuff to come out. You know, Latoya says first she told Candy it was a 6 week, but now she says 4 week program. I'm saying 4 week programs to everybody. So I'm like, girls, are 4 weeks or 6 weeks? So now you look a little shaky. You don't know how many weeks it's been. You just clearly said 6 weeks. Now you're saying 4. How many weeks was you with the Prophet London? Just trying to figure it out. And then the Delilah spirit started creeping up, of course, as Drew started talking about Delilah and the Delilah spirit and how she was preying on the prophet. But it takes two people now. You can't say she preyed on a prophet. A prophet can be preyed on if he don't want to be preyed on. So that was my whole thought when it came to that. And Drew, she just kept going and going and going. And the Shot Town started to come out. I was hoping that she could take the wig off and start doing something. Like, yeah, you got that Delilah spirit. That's what she said. Things started getting elevated, and I was like, oh, it's about to get crazy. And I was like, nobody's blowing blows. Nobody. Okay, we're good. All right, cool. So that's part one of it. Z Fly, part one of all of this foolishness. Talk to me.
Wow. Yeah, part one was a lot. To me, once again, I noticed that like Drew, with Drew, you gotta be careful with Drew because you know what I'm saying. She comes off real nice, kind, and sweet, but it's like but like she sprinkles a little bit of messiness on top of it because you know what I'm saying. She really does like she's like a dog. She sees a bone and she just holds on to it too long. Because I'm thinking like, why are we talking about this for? You know what I'm saying? Just like with this with the other thing about whenever they was in New Orleans, and then you know what I'm saying. She's asking Toya, well, why aren't you drinking? It's like why are you bringing it up? Like you should be glad she's not drinking. So now Drew is talking about this girl is what I'm saying, I guess messing with the prophet. The prophet, he's married man and he's engaged and she's breaking up married homes. You know what I like? Here's what I like. Now she called her a Delilah. Now you know what I'm saying. Now Delilah, she does a lot. Delilah, she mess up stuff. But I just love how like you call these men prophets, right? Prophets of the Lord. They're a prophet for God. But yet a woman sure can bring them down, can't they? Women bring down men, obviously. So it's like maybe you ought to go get on him. Like forget her because obviously what I'm saying? If she's doing something, if she's persuading him, he must be allowing it. But that's how people are. That's how the world is. And Drew, she ain't no different. Come looking at now at this point, I'm looking at Drew like she needs to go take a shot of tequila, because she got it real bad. Now my thing
She got a
is,
real bad. I love when you say that.
yeah, oh yeah. The man is a prophet. But what we're about somebody like a YouTuber like Latoya bringing, messing with his engagement. Time to get itself together. I
Well,
don't.
we found out as things progress, as the show starts to end, the latest final scene of the show is, of course, here now the breast reduction party, because Kenya got the breast reduction. And, she wanted her girls to be all small and perky, so she got the breast reduction. But one of my favorite scenes in that was Marlo saying, because Kenya didn't have no food at the house, girl, not even a cracker, not even a cheese and a cracker, okay? And so Marlo said, "You need to apply for EBT card because it's a pandemic, because everybody's getting one now." I'm
Okay.
dead.
I remember
I'm
that.
dead. I'm so dead. You're not catching no tea.
Right.
So comes out. They said, "Kenya, did you blow any candles out, or did you blow anything for you and with you and Mark? Because there was video of her, Mark, at the baby's birthday party, and they seem happy. Yeah, but you know how Bible does. It seems happy this episode, and then they show you people the next episode, and it's not what you thought it was. But anyway, move out the way. Seems like things are starting to come along with them somewhat, somewhat. And then Candy brings up the Prophet Latoya thing again. But y'all, before we get to that, did y'all see Marlo's boot sanitizer? She pulled sanitizer out her boot. I
Did you
think
see
that was
that?
cute. That was cute. But and then Latoya gets the Prophet on the phone. She calls up Prophet Lot on the phone, y'all. So they're having this conversation. They're asking him these things. What's going on? Did this happen? Did that happen? He's saying, telling the truth about basically from his point of view and what happened between. He's saying, I'm not really that close with Drew and them things they pulled out of the baptism when things got a little shaky with the whole Latoya thing. But in all, it came out that he said that him and Latoya have no romantic dealings. He was just mentoring her. And so, that was that. So Candy jumped on the phone and gets things straight and clears it up. And that's why always Candy's always the one, right? And Latoya being the messy one she was, after they cleared everything up, he says, no, there's nothing going on between me and Latoya. I was just counseling her. Latoya says, Homer, do you have any prophecies about Ralph and what he was when he was in Tampa or whatever he was when he was on vacation? Being real messy. I know the messiness. But I guess we're going to see on the season finale of Real Housewives of Atlanta after, which is next episode. So, Z Fly, talk to me about now into the final announcement of the season finale next week.
Yeah, so first of all, Troy, I just want to take the time to real quick. Can we just go ahead and just welcome Miss Marlo to More Manor? Because remember, it was her first time going
It was. It was. It was. You're
that was
right.
her first time. So yeah, we definitely gotta welcome her. But you know what? That whole scene was crazy. You know what I'm saying? From the breast production to the profit. The breast production. Listen, my thing is like, hey, I mean, I guess if that's what she wants, and that's what she feels she need, then good for her. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like my thing is, you know what I'm saying? Most women, you know what I'm saying, they're trying to get, you know what I'm saying, more breasts. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to get a reduction. So hey, I guess listen, I guess if they're too heavy and your back is hurting, it's time for a change. Now with the profit, you know what I'm saying? I will give kudos to Candy because you know what I'm saying, Candy, she's all about business. You know what I'm saying? While the other girls are saying, oh, what is he? And oh, what he saying? Oh, he did this, and oh, she said that. Candy's, you know what I'm saying, she just grabbed the phone and like, you know what I'm saying, she just straight up asked the questions, did y'all do this? Did you do this, you know what I'm saying? This was said. So, you know what I'm saying, giving him the opportunity to kind of clear up everything. Listen, I don't know if he's lying or not, but then again, whenever you think of a prophet, you think that he's going to be telling the truth. So I don't know. But then again, whenever you think of a preacher, you think they're telling the truth too. And we can turn on the TV right now. How many of them are in jail? Okay. So listen, I don't know what's going on with these people, but I'm just looking and see, this is why I drink. Do y'all see why I drink? Because if you don't drink, you would just be out of your mind. I'm telling you because listen, they got prophets on TV. Marlo talking about something. She needs to make a profit. I
That's what
don't
she
know where they
said.
find these people from. They find them from somewhere, probably in Decatur. but
Decatur, when it's
look,
ready,
real
better be
quick.
nice. Be nice.
Lithonia, right? But look, real quick, also too, everybody, you may know, you may not know, but if you've been wondering, oh, Troy, I want to ask you this. What are your thoughts on just how Marlo is interacting with these girls without Nene? How do you see her interacting, or how do you see it going for Marlo?
She seems lost because she really is trying to find her way with the group now because she's trying to find a way to fit in. She don't want to be an auntie. She definitely want to fit in with the princess, but she's straddling the fence. And you can't straddle the fence with these girls because they all, I feel like without Nene, they're all trying to establish themselves as like who's the new HBIC in a sense. So that's what we got a lot too many Chiefs signed up Indians.
Exactly. I feel the same. I feel like her and Kenya. I thought to me, her and Kenya, to me, in my opinion, they don't really mesh. You know what I'm saying? Kenya meshed better with Cynthia. I feel like Marlo and a Kenya friendship. It's like they're trying to force it. To me, I feel like Marlo and Nene was more, or organic. But also too, the rumor mill does has it that Nene and Marlo friendship might be on the outs because they were saying that like Marlo, her birthday was like last month or something, and like Nene, she did post happy birthday, but then she quickly pulled it down. And then Marlo actually did an interview recently saying how, like her and Nene, they don't talk all the time. However, she still has love for Nene. But she's like, Nene, she's going through things right now. So she gonna let her go through her stuff. So I don't know. I don't know. Their friendship may not be as tight as we saw last season. So just want to just want to update everybody on that in case you
Uh-huh.
were wondering about their friendship. It could be kind of shaky these days. Could be kind of shaky. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so Mr.
Well, all right.
Troy, is that the finale of the? I mean, does that end your review?
That's an interview of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Just stay tuned for more. We got one more episode of the season finale, which is next season. I mean next week, and then we'll be figuring out what's going on from there. But let's stay tuned for more. And any other side dish like Z5 just gave us, we'll be able to find out more. We'll just give it to you just like that.
That's right. All right, everybody. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to Temptation Island. 'Cause we did have a lot to talk about with this past week of Temptation Island episode. I want to say it's episode 8. Let me see. Hold on. Let me check them notes. Y'all know I got the notes for you. Episode 8. Yes. So listen, we're going to go ahead and definitely get into this review because me and Troy Weeks, we're definitely waiting for this for this review because listen, there are so much that was happening in this show this week that is really, really, really sad. And Mr. Troy Weeks it has a surprise and some little tips on reality TV as well. So definitely be sure to stay tuned for that. So let me go ahead and dish this real quick. Let me just get everything together, people. Let me get it together. Let me get it together. If y'all know how this virtual stuff is, listen, virtual is either your friend or it's not. But today it's definitely gonna be my friend. I'm gonna let y'all know that right now. Because the devil is a lie. And there we go. All right, cool. All right, everybody. So, all right, once again, episode 8, Temptation Island. All right, so it actually started off with the boys. Now, as y'all know, so we got the girls, then we had the boys villa. So it started out in the boys villa, and basically, the boys they were talking about the results of the video on messages. If you remember last week, every Islander, or not Islander, well, every person they was able to see a video message from their significant other. So now Tom, he tells the guys what Chelsea said in the video, and he is still very emotional about it. Like every time I see Tom, I'm just really surprised because like I just felt like he would be more. I mean, I felt like he would be on cloud 9, but seeing Chelsea, snugly up with Dr. Blake, it has really been keeping him really emotional. Also Julian, he started talks he. So Julian, he was kind of talking with Tom, basically telling him to just try to enjoy the experience and the girls as much as he can. Okay. And he did just that because in the next scene, they start playing games, right? And I'm just kind of like, okay, what is actually happening right now? So Tom, he is quick to give Sophia a lap dance. Not only did he give her a lap dance, he was like, wrestling with her in the pool or whatever. It was a lot going on. So Troy Weeks music. Um, I'm gonna be asking you very soon about your whole thoughts about that. So yeah, so let's get ready. So real quick,
Okay, no problem, no problem.
okay. All right. Listen, I also too now the first thing, the threesome question comes up with Alexis. Now, if y'all remember, Alexis is the girl that Kendall, he had a threesome with her and Nicole. So now, if you know that, now Alexis, she's really starting to really feel Kendall. And even though, it did seem kind of fun, to have the threesome with Nicole. But now it's kind of like, okay, that was fun. But listen, what are me and you doing? So So like the threesome question comes up, and Alexa she has to pull Kendall aside and informs him that she is not about to have a three-way relationship. I know that's right. It's like, okay, how are you gonna try to leave out with two girls? You know what I'm saying? So Kendall, he's a mess. Amanda, now she breaks down the actually with I'm sorry, not Amanda, but Nicole. Nicole, she breaks down and confesses that she could like Kendall or Alexis. Okay, basically she's bi. Okay, Nicole is a girl the green little top. That's Nicole. Alexis is the other girl, obviously. But yeah, so I'm sorry, Nicole tells Alexis and Kendall that she could, see herself with either one of them. And Alexis let her know that she is not on the same page as Nicole. So now there was a mouthful. Now, Mr. Weeks, now I gotta bring you up in this. Okay, let's go back to Mr.
Ooh.
Tom. Now, I was telling the people that Tom was very emotional, after seeing the video message. But then, he seemed very happy getting a lap dance from Sophia. What are your thoughts about Tom? I mean, what were your thoughts about just his messiness? What is the world?
Well, you might hit me on this one, but I felt like I was happy for him when he did that dance because if you looked at all that he was going through before that, he needed to just let his mind go for a second and release himself. And so what reality TV did, ding ding ding, was took that moment of vulnerability to break his mind or crying and go through the emotions, and they glorified that moment. So that's one of the things that I did not like. But I was cool with it, to be honest. He needed to break out of his shell and just enjoy the moment, like Julian was trying to tell him. You need to enjoy the moment, get out of your head, because all this stuff, all you're doing is perceiving what you think it is from the video, but you don't really know. So get out of your head for the moment, take advantage of the opportunity, and just be in the moment right now. And so I felt like I was happy when he did that dance. It gave him a little like stop. I was tired of seeing him crying and wiping his eyes. Come on, man.
Okay. Well, listen. Well, now, listen, everybody. This is where me and Troy Weeks Music disagree. Because, listen, I was actually glad to see him wiping his eyes. Because, like, my thing is, I'm like, if you really want Chelsea, as you say, then yeah, you need to be alone. Because you know now, Julian's doing it right. You know, Julian. If you notice, Julian, he ain't messing probably with nobody. So yeah, Julian's doing it right. Tom, whatever. All right, but let's definitely keep it on. All right, so then. Oh, wait. Let's bring Troy Weeks back. Now, Troy Weeks, wait a minute. Okay, now Troy. Now, also,
The threesome.
that threesome came up. You know what I'm saying? Alexis, she's feeling like, okay, you know what I'm saying? She's feeling like, okay, that was fun, but it's like fun and now it's done. But now, Nicole is like, listen, I can have either one of y'all. And I'm happy.
She made a
What are your
mistake.
thoughts?
First of all, Alexis should have never did the threesome. First of all, she shouldn't have had sex in general. She should have never get up. I'm not
Okay.
right. Alexis, Nicole. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. I'm starting with
No,
Alexis. I'm gonna get to
you're right.
one.
You're right. No, I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing. Yeah.
Oh, you're agreeing. I thought you were saying something. Alexis, this girl
No,
right
I'm
here. Should have
agreeing.
never. Oh, should have never
Right.
had the threesome. Should have never
Nope.
had the sex in general. Because I feel like when you come to a
Nope.
show like this, one, you want to represent yourself in the best light. Not saying that I think you don't have sex if you want to show, but my thing is this: you having sex after the third episode with this man, instead at least save it to the last one or something. You should have let it go for a little while, and then now your feelings is all involved. You thought having sex with him was gonna hold him, and he's like, "Oh, well, we pushing the limits. You wanna have this girl in? She's down with it, and this girl gets down with it, and you're like, okay, cool, and you're down with it. And then the next night when they try to be down with it again, you ain't down with it again because now you're like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. And then when she comes up to you and tells you, I got feelings for you, second girl over with the green. Nicole says, I'm feeling either one of y'all like Z-Fly said. It's like, okay. Alexa says, well, I don't feel you like that. It's not like that for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It happened and what it is. It's not
Yeah.
like that. And then Kendall's looking around like, and so then Alexa's on some, I'm gonna stand my ground type shit. So she's like, I'm not fucking with y'all. I'm going to bed. I'm doing my own thing. Blah 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 blah. And Kendall, you see, him, this guy, starts just get close to Nicole. So Nicole's, acting and talking, so I might be jumping ahead. But what's up with you? You trying to leave with Alexis? You trying to leave with Erica? You trying to leave by yourself? What you trying to do? And
Right.
he's being a creep and like, well, it could be Alexis, could be Erica, could be somebody else, maybe Nicole. So he's stringing it all. Now he had a threesome with Nicole and Alexis, and now I feel like this is my tea. I don't give a care what you say. I feel like Nicole's down with the threesomes. So if he gets in a relationship with Nicole, he can have threesomes with other girls in the street whenever he wants to, and still be in a relationship with Nicole because Nicole's with she's the dipping and the doing. So
Right.
at the end of the day, that's why I feel like he's leaning more towards Nicole because Nicole's more with it, and not them being on the show. If they do end up together, the notoriety they're gonna get from the girls that knows that she's this and knows what they up to. People gonna want to be in their bed all the time. Bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. Seems like a good situation for Nicole and for if it works out. But at the end of the day, he over here trying to be back with Erica, knowing that he over here doing what he doing.
Woo! And boy, is he definitely doing what he's doing. We would definitely get into like more of his thoughts on Erica and like just them getting back together. It's really sickening, people. But let's keep it moving. So now we go back to the girls' villa. So now in the girls' villa, they're actually talking. What I'm saying, like they're just kind of talking. Talking about the video messages and everything. Um. Chelsea, so she tells the girls that Tom isn't proving anything to her. You know what I'm saying? So like the way that Chelsea's talking, like she just really, really kind of over Tom. And Erica tells the girls that Kendall stated that he loves her, and then she laughs about that. Because at this point, it's definitely a laugh, especially after seeing, your man doing all, a threesome, a single sum, a one on one, whatever. and then he gonna say, oh, but I love you. But listen, but but then again, there are people out there. You know what I'm saying? There are so many. There are greedy people that want you, them, and them as well. So I don't know. Kendall could be proven to be that type of person. Also, Chelsea and Blake, they confessed. Now, Troy, we had a confession. If you remember, Chelsea and Blake, they confessed that they do think about each other a lot. So I'm like, okay, over there, they thinking about each other. Go ahead on, Dr.
Hmm.
Blake. Go ahead on, Dr. Blake. Now, listen, I actually do like Dr. Blake. I don't know what it is about him, but I just really like him for Chelsea. So you know what I'm saying. So Chelsea and Blake, they actually did confess that like they do think about each other a lot. And then also Erica, she stated that she is starting to care about Jesse. Now once again, Erica is the guy that's with no good Kendall, the beautiful Erica right there. And then again, the guy that she's starting to kind of fall for is Jesse. Jesse, he seems like a guy who actually treat her a lot better. You know what I'm saying? He seems like he has a good head on his shoulders. Definitely way better than Kendall. I mean, listen. I don't. I mean, he could get worse than Kendall, but if he get worse than Kendall, then you need to be just knocked off of the earth. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Troy Weeks, what are your thoughts on that? All of that. You know what I'm saying? With like Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like the way that she's feeling about Tom. You know what I'm saying? What her and Blake admitted to each other. And then also with Erica, possibly feeling a little bit more closer to Jesse.
I'm here for Chelsea and Blake. I feel like the way that I see her light up when she talks to them, the way they light up, the smiles when they see each other, I think it's amazing. And so I'm here for it. I'm here for it. At the end of the day, Tom was playing the fence. You're doing what you're doing. You're supposed to be working on not being flirty, but everything you do shows you're so flirty and you're getting close with somebody. So not only you flirty, you're getting close with somebody. So I understand, what it may look like to Chelsea. There's nothing wrong with seizing the moment and being in the moment in the opportunity. So I was with it. Who was the second one before we get to Erica? What was the next one?
Yeah, I said Erica and yeah, I was talking about Erica and Chelsea. Yeah, so Erica and Chelsea.
Oh, Erica. Oh, Erica was the other one. Okay, so I saw Erica getting close to Jesse, and I was with it. I'm here for it. She deserves it. She's a beautiful woman, and she deserves everything she wants and more. And I feel like this episode proves that she realized growing up she's used to certain things, and she's realizing that she's admitting that she's realized she's used to those things, but she's making change with that. And so shout out to her.
That's what's up. All right, cool. So we're moving right along, everybody. So then, what I'm saying, then we get back into the guys with the guys. And you know what I'm saying? Now, so now in the guys' villa, the girls that are in the guys' villa, you know what I'm saying, they had them feeling like a man for a little bit because you know what I'm saying, the girls they ride back seat while the boys ride ATV. So you know what I'm saying, you know how guy is, you're riding through the mud and you got the girl on the back. I was like, oh God, here we go. But also, so now, so then there was a time where Alexis, she really wanted to get serious, and she talks with Kendall, and they have a real conversation, and then so basically he talks about his feelings and will he do her as he did Erica. Now that's actually the question, you know what I'm saying? Because see, Alexis, even though she came off kind of easy and things like that. But see, I guess like now she's starting to see like, okay, now wait a minute now. Okay, you know what I'm saying? He seems to, you know what I'm saying, just want to have a good time with me, Nicole, Erica, or whoever else, whatever other girl. So now Alexis needs to get down to, what I'm saying, the real business. So basically, he wants to know. I mean, she wants to know, will he do her the same way that he's doing Erica right now? And then he just give like some random, like some random thing, like, oh well, I think he said something like, he's really liking Alexis, and the more that like they get to know each other, what I'm saying, the more that he falls, just a general thing, but he really didn't answer the question if you really think about it. Okay. Um, 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 Troy, did you have any thoughts on that? Alexis trying to get serious with Kendall now, and will you
I
do
think that she had to set the tone and establish the
right?
boundaries because now it's getting serious. And then she starts to her level and she's realizing that if this is what he's doing to me now, then it definitely might not be a great relationship. So I'm with it. If you need to talk to him, sit his ass down. Hello.
That part. Also, Amanda and Corey. You know what I'm saying? They have a heartfelt conversation on on himself. Like right now, Corey, he doesn't really have too much, anything going on. Basically, I think Corey, his whole thing is just finding confidence. And you know what I'm saying? He found a girl who is Amanda. And Amanda is just like, she's really helping him with, his confidence and I guess just loving himself. So basically that's really what's going on with Corey. Now Tom, back on Tom now, good old Tom. He's just thankful to have Sophia as someone to lean on. Now, mind you, now he's been leaning on Sophia for a while anyway. You know what I'm saying? Actually, Sophia is part of the reason why Chelsea felt like he ain't there for me because you know what I'm saying. Listen, I would never forget the exfoliation situation. Okay, with this girl right here, Sophia. So that was, I mean, to me, that was part of the reason why Chelsea felt like, well, I might as well pursue Dr. Blake. But for some reason, Tom doesn't see that. Tom is going to blame Chelsea for the reason why, they're going through what they're going through. But we're going to move on. But before I do, Mr. Weeks, anything on Tom and Sophia? You know what I'm saying? He's leaning more on Sophia for comfort. Any thoughts?
Yeah, he is leading up for confident. He's really going through the motions right now. He's trying to decide, like, wait, maybe Chelsea's over cheating on me because of the promise that we made. And so now his head is all tore up. Sophia's just trying to help him get through it, and I support her on that. But it just when the TV views it from their view, it looks crazy.
Exactly. So crazy. So crazy. All right, everybody. So now let's go ahead and keep it moving. All right. So now we're to get into some funny games. Because as y'all know, listen, we do have drama, but they got to definitely throw some funny games in there. So now Tom, he seems to forget a little by little, supposedly sad he was about Chelsea. Because the more time he spends, the more time that he spends with Sophia, he's having a great time. You know what I'm saying? Nicole, she has a serious conversation with Kendall about, who does he see himself leaving with? You know what I'm saying? Because like she definitely wants him, to know that she has her hat in the ring. So that's a mess. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I got a picture of Nicole and I right here. This is Nicole. That's her. That okay. So everybody, that's Nicole. Okay. So she just want Kendall to know that listen, listen. I don't know who you leaving with, but guess what? I want to put my hat in the ring. You know what I'm saying? I know you and Alexis are cute and stuff, but don't forget about you know what I'm saying. Don't forget about your girl. So you know what I'm saying. So like basically, moving on to Julian. Now Julian, he opens up about the infidelity, with Kristen, which I actually found very interesting because he was talking about how basically, like you know what I'm saying. I guess back, in like his college days, he had friends. They threw him a party. There was a girl, and then they ended up getting too close, and the rest is history. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what happened. However, but he still seems to not have really forgiven himself for that. I mean, I really found that to be like very big in him. That like, you know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of times people they don't really realize that they messed up. You know what I'm saying? They all try to blame the other person, but he sees his issues. He sees, why they went south, and you know what I'm saying? He's man up to really talk about it. So now I'm gonna go back to the girls' villa, but before I do, Troy, any thoughts on Julian and like his big confession about what happened years ago at that party and how he messed it all up?
I think that it was a great stepping stone in the right direction for him to be that open and vulnerable on TV to be able to express how he really messed up. I think it took us some time to get to that point, and I think him finally getting to that point and showing his progression and showing that he's here for the right reasons. And he's really trying to prove himself to be a great man for Kristen.
And and look, Troy, look, whenever you look at Julian, like you know what I'm saying, he has that. I mean, he's a good looking guy. He has that party college boy look. So you know what I'm saying. I mean, of course the girls are gonna be all over him, and you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Like by him being a football player and all that, he really has to really have what I'm saying. What's the word I'm looking for? Strength. Strength to like really pull away and not feed into all the temptation. So. But you know what I'm saying? But listen, he is here now. He's trying his best. I definitely give him props for that. So good luck, Julian. We'll see what's gonna happen with you next. All right, everybody. So now we go to the girls' villa. Gotta check on the girls, see what's going on with the girls. So basically, Jesse plays psychiatrist. You know what I'm saying? Jesse is the guy that Erica is talking to. So he plays psychiatrist with Kristen, who is Julian's girl. And basically, he just get her to open up about, you know what I'm saying, about what does she think of Julian, and if he can stay committed. She still has issues thinking that he may not stay committed. You know what I'm saying? She feels that, she said that she knows that yes, he's a partier, you know what I'm saying? He's a partier, he's a good looking guy. But she just feels like that if he wants that lifestyle, then just be single. And Kristen, I agree wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people they get married and they get in relationships, but yet you still want to party like you single. So like Kristen's like, listen, I know you're gonna party, you know what I'm saying? I know you're gonna do all these things, but if that's the case, just be single. You know what I'm saying? That simple. Chelsea, she tries to convince Aaron to not get so worried about not hearing "I love you" in a 30-second clip from Corey, because like that was like Aaron's biggest thing. You know what I'm saying? Like in her video message, Corey talked to her, but he never said "I love you" or "I miss you." So like that's been in her head. But guess what? But let me tell you something. Somebody definitely is ready to tell Aaron that she needs to get over it. But before I get into who that person is, Troy Weeks. Any thoughts on Jesse playing the psychiatrist with Kristen? And also, do you feel that Aaron, you know what I'm saying, needs to get over not hearing Corey say "I love you" in that video clip? Hold on. You're mute. I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. I felt like Aaron's taking it too far. When it comes to the "I love you" thing, like let the man be. He did say "I love you." It's fine. Doesn't mean he's not thinking
Right.
about you. I think you're feeling guilty. That's why you sent Shaq home because you started realizing that maybe he thought you was getting too close. So now he realized that Shaq ain't there no more. So now you ain't good at the same time. So now you realize that you ain't got to stress about that no more. So now you stress. Maybe he saw something. Maybe he felt some type of way. And so I just feel his guilt. And when it comes to Kristen, and Jesse playing uh, psychologist, I think he needs to put things in perspective. But I feel like that was his move, or his way of trying to squeeze himself in there. Because you didn't have to bring that man highlight that. Oh, what if he does this? He's doing this and that. Like she's already had to deal with that for so long. She's here to try to get over that. So why would you then bring it up and put it in her face for somebody who wants to be with her? That's her past. Focus on the good and focus on what good things you can do, not the oh shit that her old man did. And so I don't like shit like that.
That is so true. That is so true. So as Troy, you crazy. So as but you right though. So you know what I'm saying. So listen. So like as Aaron is privately or so she thought talking to Chelsea, somebody was like, I got a second opinion on that because basically he ain't good for you. Is that what? Hold on now, Troy. Is that what you were just saying, or you were talking about Kristen about bringing up something in the past? You talking about Kristen
I was
or
talking about Jesse bringing it up. So Kristen
Gotcha?
bringing up
Okay,
the part. Yeah.
gotcha. Okay, cool. Yes, yeah. So now as Aaron, you know what I'm saying, as she's talking to Chelsea, you know what I'm saying, about Corey and things like that. We got somebody that obviously needed his moment. You know what I'm saying, and that was Mr. Alex. Yes, Mr. Alex. That he was telling Chelsea. I'm sorry, not Chelsea, but he was telling Aaron that basically Corey, he's too boring for you. You know what I'm saying? He was like, listen, he is too boring for you. You just need to be with somebody else. And now, so now Aaron, she straight up, you know what I'm saying, started taking up for Corey. But Alex, basically he was saying that he feels like Corey, he's very insecure and things like that. And basically, you know what I'm saying, she just need to find somebody else. But Aaron, she gets very upset. She stands up for Corey. She's like, listen, you don't know him, you don't know us. He's a great guy. It's what I'm saying. I'm the reason why things are happening. And yeah, she was taking up for her man, so she was not playing. Now, Mr. Weeks, were you surprised whenever Mr. Alex needed some airtime, and he was like, I've been giving you
Um.
trouble, and
No,
he's
I
too
wasn't
boring for
surprised. I
you.
felt like he needed to put himself in there before they have no elimination. He needed to go home because he's not that interesting. I think maybe the boring one is
Mhm.
him. Because, like I said before, you don't throw the next dude under the bus because of you trying to smooth your way in. She's already dealing with enough. So to me, that was a shady, below the belt kind of move, and that's why he got the response he got by Felicia.
Right. That part. Okay, cool. All right, everybody. So now, then this is so now definitely the next day, Aaron, she was still saying how like you know what I'm saying, she felt that Corey is still the one for her, and she felt like Alex, he was way out of line. Okay, now switching back over to the guys' villa, because you know what I'm saying, the guys' villa is really where the party's at right now because they just doing so much. So now in the guys' villa, now Mark is the host. He walks in and he informs the guys that there will be another bonfire tonight. Now, listen, anytime you hear a bonfire, you get happy, right? Wrong, because you know that you're going to see or hear something that your significant other is either doing that can either make you mad or happy. So you just never know. So you know what I'm saying? So he let everybody know. So now Kendall, he was talking with Alexis and the girl Tula. And you know what I'm saying? Like they're just chit chatting. Now, I actually really enjoyed this conversation because Miss Tula, finally somebody challenged Kendall. And because she was asking Kendall, she said, how would you feel if Erica did the same thing that you did? And then, and you know what I'm saying? He's trying to act unbothered. He's like, well, it just wouldn't happen. And, it's impossible. You know what I'm saying? He's just that confident that Erica would not do the same thing that he did. He just acts so unbothered about it. And then he just says basically that if she did find someone, then he'll be happy or whatever. But Tula is not buying the BS. If anything, she called out the BS. So that was crazy, Mr. Weeks. Do you believe that? Do you believe that if do you feel that Kendall is that confident that he don't think that Erica would do the same thing?
No, I feel like he's confident. I feel like he's being some machismo and trying to put on a front. But the reality is he's hurt. And if she did
Yeah.
what he did, he'd be even more hurt. So I feel like he's put on the front.
Mm-hmm.
He put on the front like he did with those braids last week.
Okay, and listen, and listen, Miss Tula wasn't playing. She was like, really? Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Because even at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like these women, they're seeing how this guy is like just playing with his girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? So like being a woman and then a black woman, you know what I'm saying? She's looking at like, come on now. You think it's okay for you to do these things, but you think that she won't do it because she's just so into you. So yeah, we're gonna So Miss Tula, she definitely went ahead and plucked that feather of his. But we're gonna find out more right about now, everybody, as we get into this bonfire. Because y'all know it's time for the bonfire. So of course, they start with the guys. Of course, they start with the guys. So basically, Kendall, he was up first. So basically, you know what I'm saying, Mark, he asked Kendall, how does he feel? So basically, Kendall, he sees Erica talking to Jesse about what she would like to have in a man, which basically is everything Kendall is not. Okay. Kendall, he acted like he wasn't too happy seeing her cuddled up with Jesse. Mark, the host, he did ask Kendall if he saw her in bed with Jesse having sex, would he still want to rekindle things with her? And he says he doesn't know. I was like, okay, wait a minute now. He gonna sit there and say he doesn't know if he saw her in
I told
bed, but
you.
yet, you see what I'm saying?
I told you he ain't
The,
shit.
the double standard.
I
It's like a
told you
double
he
standard.
ain't shit. At the end of the day, that's what these men that do things like that get. He's gonna be looking like poop, boo boo the poo with power in his face. Bye.
Right.
Bye.
Right. Okay, then we move to Corey. Okay, Corey sees Aaron, and okay, now Troy Weeks. Now you about to come in. All right, so Corey he sees Aaron and not the best light with Griffin, but little does he know, you know what I'm saying, she's really who he is really who she wants. Now, did you see that Troy? How they try to show Aaron like giggly with Griffin, and then
This is another thing I was talking about when it comes to the reality TV. When it comes to Aaron and Corey, they both want to be with each other. But
right,
what they show you in the bonfire in this episode is not what they feel.
right,
So then it makes it seem like they both doing some other shit they shouldn't be doing. And I feel like the reality show is tearing them apart because they really want to be
right.
together. And if they really knew how each other felt, they would not be going crazy. But reality TV trying to make them sweat, and I feel like they're trying to make them up.
That part, exactly. All right, so then next we got Julian and Kristen. So now Julian sees Kristen explaining how she fears that Julian may take advantage of her because she's so chill. So now Julian he understands that you know what I'm saying, he may take advantage of her, and that they need to have a conversation about a lot of things. You know, that was pretty basic. And then last but never least is that good old Tom and Chelsea. Now Tom, he sees Chelsea making out. Now he sees her making out with Dr. Blake, and
Make it
then
out.
Tom, Tom, and then he feels like Chelsea broke her. Okay, hold on, sure. I think my together. Okay, so now Tom feels like Chelsea broke her promise that she made with him, and then he's upset with her because she's enjoying himself. I mean herself, but he's over there having a great time with. Okay, listen, I'm
But
not
he
gonna.
didn't kiss. He didn't kiss nobody.
Oh, wow. Fine.
The
Okay,
promise
he
was
didn't kiss
kissing.
nobody.
Maybe it didn't include touching asses and rubbing exfoliants. Maybe it only meant kissing.
All right, fine. He didn't kiss nobody, but listen, he got a lap dance and he got a wrestling pool fight. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right, everybody. So now let's move on to the girls. So now in the girls' bonfire, hold on, gotta get it, gotta, bam. All right, so now we're gonna start with Aaron and Corey. Aaron and okay. So now in the girls' bonfire, Aaron sees Corey chatting with Amanda. She states that she's happy to see Corey gaining confidence, but she's still sad. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah.
She
Aaron
feels
is
like she's
glad to
losing
see
them.
that part. She's I'm glad to see that Corey is gaining confidence, but she said that he didn't say I love you. But listen, we don't talk about that. Aaron, get over it. Okay, right. Um, Next, it was Erica. Now, Erica, she sees Kendall telling Alexis that he feels like that she and his compassion subsided the more he got to know her, and that's really bad. You know what I'm saying? Like Erica hearing that the more that Kendall got to know me, he lost compassion in me. You know, that's horrible. Now Erica, she did blame herself for part of the issues that her and Kendall had because she said that, you know what I'm saying, she didn't put her foot down, and also she was looking at how her mom, you know what I'm saying, took a lot, you know what I'm saying, I guess with her dad, and I guess she feels like it just kind of went down to her. What were your thoughts on that, Troy?
I felt like she was very vulnerable in this moment,
Yeah,
and she expressed how she really felt and what that she experienced from her mom and seeing what her mom did, and it really had an impact on her. And I think that a lot of women should, and men too, should be able to, open up and look at the things that you experience with their life, and their families, and their mom and dad, because it does play a toll on your relationship life, as a doubt.
exactly. And now this next person is once again what Troy was talking about with Kristen. Now Kristen, now as y'all if y'all know Julian, y'all know he's really trying. But in the bonfire, Kristen sees Julian wilding out with the other girls at one of the parties. And then so now Kristen's her concerns are will he what I'm saying, will he prioritize his love for her and his fun? But it was crazy how they showed Julian wilding out because
He's not a wild out guy. He's not even him.
that part. I was like,
Told you,
wow,
reality TV,
there you go.
tearing people apart.
Yep. And then last but not least, we have Chelsea. Now Chelsea sees Tom giving Sophia a lap dance and wrestling with her in the pool. And once again, Chelsea states that she doesn't miss him. She just doesn't miss him. She said that Tom, let me see, hold on. Oh yeah. She said that she doesn't feel respected, and she's going to focus on herself. And herself meaning this guy right here. Bam! That's what she like to focus on right here. Dr. Blake.
Dr. Blake.
That's it. So everybody, that has been your Temptation Island. Troy, I mean, what do you think is about to happen with Chelsea and Blake? Do you think they're gonna go to that, you know what I'm saying, go to the next level, or will they just keep it kissy kissy?
I feel like after this bonfire, she's more clear that she really wants to move on with her life. So I feel like, unfortunately, Tom, she didn't see you crying and boohooing and the love you really have for her. She only saw what they showed him. So I don't have a strong hope for Chelsea and Blake. I mean Chelsea and Tom. Same thing, of course. Kendall and Erica. That's gonna be a wrap. So I'm hoping that Erica does. If she don't walk away with Jesse, she does walk away with that on her shoulders. And I'm praying and hoping for Kristen and Juliet, and for
Yeah, me too.
Aaron Aaron and Corey. They
Corey.
deserve it.
Yep. That's what's up. Everybody, this has been another edition of Reality TV with TNZ. We definitely thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, definitely be sure to follow us on YouTube, subscribe, like, and share. We definitely appreciate everything that you do. We will be back with another Reality TV with TNZ next Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to tell all your people, all your friends, all your family and co-workers. Once again, we would definitely love for you to follow us. Keep that hustle. Me and Troy, we do a lot of things on our IG and Twitter and so much more. So definitely be sure to follow us right there. And thank you so much for tuning in, Aaron. Everybody else who tuned in, thank you so much for the love and
Thank
everything.
you, Aaron. Verse TV. Just want to shout out Verse TV again because Verse TV is holding it down. We are week 102 or 3 this week. 102, 103 this week. Aaron, I'm running to our Dirty Hunters video shoot. I have to finish my last scene. I'm going now, but I'll be there tonight. 5 minutes late, but I
Okay.
got to get up. But I'll be there. I'm running out, so I'm changing my clothes right now. And I'm going. So yes, Z Flash, shout out to you for 11
Yeah.
episodes in, for making it happen. It's a dream of mine, and Z Flash said, "Sure, let's do it." And guess
That's
what?
right.
We're doing it under Fly World Media, as you guys can see. So, some
Oh,
people are like, I don't see it on your
oh,
page. It's not
he
on my
got 102.
page. It's on Fly. It's on Fly. What's 102 media? It's on Fly World Media's page. Just so you guys. Week 102. So it's week 102 on Verse TV. And so in 2 more weeks, actually, two years straight. So we've been going 102 weeks strong. So guys, check us out at Verse TV on everything. You guys can go to my page at Troll's Music to find out more information.
That's what. And everybody also, once again, in the beginning, once again, we are looking for we're hiring for a public relations coordinator, a professional public relations coordinator. If you
That's
know,
right. That's right. That's right.
if you know someone, then definitely let them know that we are hiring. Have them send their resume and cover letter to f.l.y.entertainment number 12 at gmail.com. We are doing interviews. Once again, this is for an upcoming fundraiser, cancer awareness fundraiser that will be happening at the end of this year. We would definitely love to have a professional public relations coordinator help us out with this event. So once again, if you know someone who you think will qualify, once again, that's the email right there. And once again, we will like 3 years of experience in either PR or a related field. And just someone who's professional, open availability, and ready to go. Okay. Once again, that's the email, and that's it. But until next time, thank you so much again, Troy Weeks, for just listen. Everybody, real quick, Troy Weeks, this guy right here, listen, he has to go, but he is an entertainer. Listen, Troy Weeks' music is something else. Listen, if y'all ever need, if y'all got weddings or just a family reunion or just need music. This Troy Weeks music, he will sing you to sleep. Okay?
Come on,
So
Z Fly.
listen, hold on. Where's that? Hold on. Let me go ahead and put that that information
And
one more time.
and I'm gonna be minister now, so I can do funerals and weddings and things like that too. So if you guys need someone that that as well as popping a song, you can make it happen. I Choice Music right here. Thank you guys so much. Look at me
Yes.
taking my clothes off. I love to wait till y'all watch out, but
Listen,
I have to go. But yes, thank you guys so much. I appreciate Easy
you
Fly.
gotta go. All right, cool. Thank you, Aaron. And until next time,
Thank you,
everybody, stay
Aaron.
fly, not high. Peace
Bye bye.
out.
That's his line, not mine.